Right, this is my job for this morning. Scaffold to the front of that house over there for window replacement. As you can see, the window people are already here and they've taken up the best parking spot. So there's fuck all places to park at the minute, so I think I'm gonna go and have to ask somebody to move. I think I'm just gonna park on the end here on the double yellow lines for now until I can get somebody to move. It's not ideal, but it'll have to do for now. I'll have to get these windows moved first. Right, I've moved everything out the way there. This is just going to be a platform underneath those first floor windows and a platform up at the top, just so they can get to that dormer window as well. And the window fitter saying he doesn't even need to go in onto the roof, just a platform at the gutter height would be fine, so that's good for me. Something you've got to watch out for on these period properties is obviously all this stonework. You've got to make sure the measurement here is not the same as that measurement there, because obviously that one is going to the brickwork, this one is going to the stone. So this tube has to be set 2 inches less than the one over there. So I normally measure 12 inches off the brickwork. This one is only 10 inches off the brickwork because you've got a 2-inch piece of stone there. Many times have I done that and not taken that into account just because I've had a lapse in concentration. Not really that big a deal, but it's nice to keep things right. And in case anybody's wondering, all my tubes are the proper heavy gauge stuff. None of this new kind of 3mm or 3.5mm thick stuff that most people use now. All my gear, or certainly most of my tube, has got to be at least 20 years old because it's just what I've acquired over time. Proper scaffolding, as I would call it. Right, that's the first part of the basin. I'll just go around the other side of this bay window now. Work from the outside in now. Normally you'd put the inside standards in, but because I'm coming around this bay window, drop the outside standard in first, which will be 51.5 inches, which is about where I've put that leaf. And yes, no base plates again. I set this template to the same distance. That double is 51.5 inches from the end of the tube. That end of the tube will go against the wall. I'll now measure in from the outside standard, 39.5 inches. Just to check everything's right, that should be 12 inches off the wall, which it is. Okay, that's the base complete there. Absolutely flew in. Get a few boards on it now to work off. Crack on with the second lift, which will be the first boarded lift. Right, all loaded out, ready for the second lift. And this one's come out. That's all the steel in on the second lift, but I've just realised I've forgotten an inside standard there that needs to sit on top of that bay window, so I'm going to put that in now. Right, I'll get some boards stood up and get this lift fully boarded. Normally you'd raise up any working boards and put them on the working platform, but obviously because I'm by myself, I use this bottom gear to stand things on and poke up through the lifts above so I can get my hands on them. There is going to be a lap in this working platform. Ideally I should have had some 10-foot boards, but I don't, so I'm just going to lap a set of 13s back. People will probably say, well, don't you look at the jobs first and plan it out? Obviously I do have a rough idea of what the job would be, and if I was passing the yard I probably would have gone in and got a few 10-foot boards, but a little job like this is just not worth it. I would have had to go away from the job to come back to the job, so I always just like to try and manage with what's on the van. Get me big ladder off the van now. Right, that's all the boards on there. I always leave a gap where I'm going to be bringing gear up through. Just got to put like a 13-foot lift on there now. Gonna have to top those few tubes off with 5s because the lift is going to have to go above the sleeves. Otherwise it's going to be a bit low down from the gutter. Those standards should really have been staggered. I didn't do that because I thought I was just going to be topping off to catch the handrail, which would have been fine. But this is the way it's worked out. All this no sleeves in the same bay thing, you know, it's important to a degree, but on little jobs like this it makes absolutely no difference. And that's the steel in on the top lift. Boards and handrail to go. And that's it done up here. Anyone's wondering about how it's tied in, I've just put a clip over this stone gutter here. In fact, look at that, just for use, I put a little check fitting on it as well. Scaffold's absolutely solid without any ties in, to be honest. But like I say, that's it up here. Just need to drop a ladder in and handrail the lift below. And that's it all complete from the bottom. That took just under 2.5 hours. Not bad going. On to the next one.